France is a very civilized country, unless you're talking about auto racing or the Tour de France, and then they get very competitive, which is exactly why I'm here, actually at the base of Lacets de Montvernier, literally translated as the Laces of Montvernier. In 2018 and 2015, it played host to one of the most treacherous uphill stages of the Tour de France. 3 kilometers of twisting switchbacks to a medieval village at the top, set in green fields. Now, man versus mountain, that's one thing. But what about cyclist versus race car driver? That sounds a lot more like my kind of race, which is why I've invited a good friend of mine, American hill climb champion, a professional cyclist, and a man who's breaking records taking on the world's most treacherous climbs. Phil, thanks, mate, for accepting my challenge.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, you're getting into it. Hey, listen, as you know, I know nothing about cycling, but to me, the mountain behind me is terrifying.
Man, I remember watching them race this in 2015. It's a tough climb, and to see it at the end of a stage race is nuts.
But can you imagine coming down? And that is the kind of challenge I've set up for you. You just have your legs and probably half a horsepower. I have 575 horsepower in the Range Rover Sport, so I thought we'd switch it up. I'm going to race from the bottom to the top uphill. You are going to go downhill. What do you think?
I love that idea.
It evens the odds a little.
Well, before we do that, I've got to see you at least try to ride up this hill.
On bikes?
No, on a horse.
I don't have a look. I'm wearing jeans. I got boots on.
I got you covered, and don't worry, you're gonna love this outfit.
I don't know if I'm supposed to stand up or sit down. Stand up. Ooh. Another corner. Another corner. It never ends. It never bloody ends. Woo! Where is he? I can't even see him.
Looking good. Just
are you there?
You're almost there.
Really? Oh my goodness. Woo! I know how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna push it. That's not cheating. That's just life. You kidding me? I concede anyway. Yeah,
Guys, he concedes.
Whoa, that was like a tour de failure. Well, that was absolutely pathetic. But now it's time for the race. Okay, well, I'm obviously starting at the bottom. Phil is already staged at the top. We have cameras with integrated timers, both at the start line and at the finish line. And of course, I have GPS already in the Range Rover Sport. Phil even has GPS on the bicycle. And of course, the most critical moment is we're gonna have to pass each other somewhere about midway. I don't think my ego can stand getting beaten by a bicycle.
29.
was fast. I couldn't have gone any faster without losing some skin.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, I thought so. Wow, that was spectacular. You know what? Every inch of every corner was just so intense. I'm still wound up. I mean, the thing is I felt quick going up. But of course, the real question is, how did Phil do? Because he looked really quick. We're gonna meet each other over at the official timing desk, where we'll find out who wins this race once and for all. What about that then?
That was intense.
It really was, right?
Oh man.
Good riding.
I liked my lines, I liked my speed in the turns.
I had all that horsepower balanced by those massive Brembo brakes and some pretty remarkable handling. I guess I must have made a bit of a noise.
There was the roar of your engine, so I knew when you were coming.
I didn't know exactly where you were until suddenly you flashed by like that, and I was like, okay, he's carrying some speed.
Right. I think you might have got me in the straightaways though.
Well, of course, it all comes down to the official timings, and there's only one way to find out who won. Come, it's over here to see. All right, how do we do?
Gentlemen, it's very close, but we have a winner.
So we're split screen coming up to our respective finishes. Ah! Wait for it. There he is. Man, that was close.
Chapeau.
Oh, thank you. That means winner, vainqueur en France. Well, this is the end of our Alpine adventures, and it was definitely a unique competition. Phil, you're a gentleman and a true racer, but you know what this means?
Best 2 out of 3, we get back on the bikes.
Oh, you're so wrong. No, you're buying dinner. We're in France after all. But I will give you a ride down because I have the Range Rover Sport.
Appreciate that.